Myrtle Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, is quoted as saying, "God is the only reality of us. All else is but a shadow." Take that in for a moment. God is our only reality. All else is but a shadow. It's a reflection of a mistaken thought that we could be something else other than what God is, other than what love is. When we are focused on this sense of separation that we get from being a shadow, we're not in touch with God. And we need to get back in touch and touch the heart of God once again. Maybe you'll find it in the birth of a child. Maybe you'll find it in that flower growing up through the sidewalk. Maybe you'll find it when you're walking on the beach this weekend. Maybe you'll find it in your grandmother's eyes. Is it Grandma's Day today? Somebody told me I should remind everyone it's Grandmother's Day. Do we have grandmothers in the church today? Wow, a lot of them. Incredible. My mom's 88, and my grandmother's birthday was yesterday. She lived till 104. So she was on her way to 120, but she just was getting bored. But the point is, you can see God. I could see God in my grandma's eyes. We called her Nana, in my Nana's eyes. And sometimes I would go to her house just to sit with her a while and listen to her stories. Just to feel that there's more to me than I think. There's much more to you than you imagine. You're connected to everyone. And you forget that in your daily life because you're too busy comparing yourself and competing with other people. You forget to identify with them. But hearing those stories used to bring me back into a sense that I was connected to a humanity that was much deeper than what we see on the surface. And I felt that I was touching the heart of God somehow. This week, I want to discover what it means to touch the heart of God. Some say that if we look within our own hearts, we'll find God there. And others say that God is too vast and immense to even consider or comprehend. But if what Myrtle Fillmore says is true, then I want to know what I truly am, who I am and what I am. I want to discover this amazing experience that we call God. I want to know what that is. If that's what I am, I want to know what it really is. And I can't do it by telling the universe, telling God what it is. I have to listen and receive an experience, a true experience that's beyond my understanding. Last week we saw, in trusting the process, we had to lean not unto our own understanding, but devote all our ways, all our thinking, all our feeling, all of our doing unto a higher consciousness. Something beyond our own limited understanding, but not beyond our experience. This is something we can experience. Perhaps the most important question is, how can I touch the heart of God in a real way, in a way that really means something to me? How can I connect with the true nature of everything? How can I do that if I'm seeing myself as separate from it? It's going to be impossible. I have to identify with God, with the universe, with divine spirit. Well, we use this word God a lot, but what does that mean? What is it? What is it? Does anybody have any ideas? What is it for you? What is God for you?
Divine energy.
Divine energy. Does anyone else like that definition? Some of you? Do we have any other ideas? What is God for you?
Light.
Light. Good one.
Total presence.
Total presence.
Pure love.
Pure love.
Creativity.
Creativity. That's today's word, isn't it? Creativity, light, pure love, divine presence, divine energy, divine ideas. Spirit, source, oneness. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Because the more you try to touch the heart of God, the more you succeed. The more inclusive you can be in defining the universe in yourself, the closer you can be to that experience. There's been an attempt in humankind to define God in our own image, in our own terms, with our own limited understanding. There's nothing more destructive. It's the most destructive force in the world, that humankind is defining the almighty power of the universe, pure divine presence, pure love, energy, divine energy, light, to define that in limited human terms, in our own image, and give it attributes. And quite frankly, some of the worst attributes of humankind: anger, judgment, limited thinking, competition, comparison. Those things cannot be part of a perfect God. And so, in truth, they are not things that you want either. They're not going to serve you. And when we stop attempting to define God in our own image, what happens? It gets flipped around. And don't let anyone attempt to use the Holy Scripture to convince you that it's okay to define the unlimited in limited terms. Seek out the truth for yourself. When I was seeking in John 5, I saw very plain and clear. It said, God does not judge, but has given all judgment unto the Son, which is you. You're judging the world as you would have it be, and therefore it manifests exactly according to your judgment. And so when I judge it as an innocent, neutral place where the love of the universe can be manifest for me, guess what? That's what happens. When it's a prosperous idea in my mind, I begin to prosper. When it's a loving idea in my mind, there's love all around me. When it's a healing idea in my mind, there's not one illness or sickness I cannot heal. And I truly believe that because it's been my experience. From a very young age, when I saw people who were sick and I was just taken with compassion, I would have to go over and pray for them. And suddenly, things started to happen. And I'm not special. I'm just saying that I had a desire for them to be healed. And if you have a desire to be healed, that desire will be met. If you have a desire to stay sick and separate, then that desire will be met as well. If you have a desire to stay in conflict, that desire will be met as well. Because your mind is all powerful. You're a creation of God. And whatever you say will become your reality. That's why I've been using this invocation prayer every week lately, because it's invoking love, life, wisdom, the power of pure love, substance of pure love, in manifesting a world according to divine law, to perfect law. When you start to affirm those truths, that's what occurs in your life. And I believe that's when we touch the heart of God. It's when we affirm the truth and we experience it manifesting in our lives. We're in the flow. We're in the flow of that constant divine presence. Now, speaking of creativity, did you all notice these paintings over here? We were in the flow of divine presence the other night at a paint party at Cape Cod Art Bar, and I forgot mine, but it looks just like those. Charlie's the only one that did a different scene. He did his more in the nighttime. He has the moon coming up and an owl on his tree. I love that. So we're going along in life, and then we run into somebody who's just a little different. Creativity. That's what I would like all of us to be, is to be a little creative in what we're sharing with each other. We don't have to follow the norms. I have a deep need and a deep desire to expand my awareness, to be creative in expanding my awareness, and discover what lies outside of my understanding. I never would have thought to just paint something different, because everybody was painting that. So that's what I was painting. That's what the teacher was instructing us to paint. She was teaching us how to paint. I never imagined it could be a night scene. He said, I want some clouds. So do it. This is your life. This is your world. Don't let this world tell you who you are and what you should do. If you want some clouds on the sky, you put them in there. You want some healing in your life, you just do it. You want to be a healer, just stand up and be a healer. If you want to write a book, you want to sing a song, you want to write music, you want to create something new, please know you have the power to do it. And know once you start, the whole universe is going to support you if it's in alignment with your highest good. If it's going to help you touch the heart of God, that's when the universe rushes in to support you. It's going to support your every desire, your every need, your every want. Anything that is for your highest good will be quickly supported by the universe. The trouble is that sometimes I don't know what it is. Most of the time. I don't know what's going to be for my highest good. So I need to ask. I need to be in prayer, in meditation, and in celebration, gratitude for what I have already. I love it because when I am confused and distracted from my higher purpose, I can pray. I can use the prayers of the Fillmores. I love that part of the invocation prayer where Charles says, "O blessed Spirit, in thy divine wisdom, now erase my mortal limitations." Now I'm open to hear the voice for God, to touch the heart of God, to experience my highest good, to follow that purpose. I'm not distracted by my mortal limitations because I'm asking the divine, blessed Spirit to erase them. It's like such a powerful prayer. And most of the times, I don't really get anything after that. I don't get a lot of images or a lot of voices or anything. I just feel a lot of peace. Now I've had my mortal limitations released. I have been willing and desired them to be released. I know I'm unlimited. And I don't have to do anything with that, but allow it to be in my mind, to allow it to grow in whatever way Spirit is going to guide it to grow in you. Too long we've been telling the universe, we've been telling God what we want. We've been ordering God around. Please give me this, please give me that. If you just get me out of this trouble, I'll never be bad again. That's when I was a kid. Oh, dear God, please. Not the belt, no. I'll never do it again.
You must have gone to St. Anthony's.
Yeah, we went to the same Catholic school. Not the paddle, no. I went to Catholic school in New Bedford. I can tell on them because they're closed down now. And they had a paddle, a wooden paddle for each grade. In kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. Fifth grade was like this one, right? And when I went to the principal's office, Mother Superior's office, they took out the fifth grade paddle. I had a lot of energy. I was a very creative kid. She's laughing. She was too. I'm glad you can't do that anymore. They were trying to erase my mortal limitations, that's all. Just going about it the wrong way. There's nothing more destructive than trying to erase your mortal limitations by force. When we truly wish to be the love that's needed in the world, however, it becomes necessary for us to reach deeper into that universal consciousness, to let the divine wisdom of Spirit be our guide, not our own understanding, to trust that process, but also, listen to me, enjoy the process. Too many people say, oh, I'm in a process now. It's very painful. I know Spirit's working on me. No, enjoy your process. Enjoy it. It's a great, wonderful, exciting adventure. Enjoy the process. To touch the heart of God, we have to let go, not only of our own limited beliefs, but the judgments of others. Because we'll start saying, oh, you have limited beliefs, sir. I've let go of mine, but I see yours very clearly. That's not going to work, guys. That's not going to work. There's a statement in the Course in Miracles that answers this question. Why do we need this course? When Helen Schuckman was scribing the Course in Miracles, she asked that question. And I often am asked the question too, why do we need spiritual awakening? Why do you say spiritual awakening? Awakening is the greatest need of humankind. The answer from the Course is brilliant. Do you want to know what it is? Yeah. The answer is this: because a universal theology is impossible. But a universal experience is not only possible, but necessary. So we're always going to have disagreements about what God is or what anything is. But we will always have one experience available to us that we all share. When we touch the heart of God, that's an experience. And that's for everyone. Everyone has that experience available to them at all times. What we need is a little reminder sometimes. That's why I use spiritual literature and I use whatever is available to me to remind me throughout the week and bring me back to that experience. We need places like this that we can come and have that experience. Another thing the Course in Miracles says about the heart of God is that the heart of God is love. From lesson 127, there is no love but God's. Perhaps you think that different kinds of love are possible. Perhaps you think there is a kind of love for this and another kind of love for that. A way of loving one and yet another way of loving another. Love is one. It has no separate parts. It has no degrees, no kinds, nor levels, nor divergencies, and no distinctions. It is like itself, unchanged throughout. It never alters with a person or a circumstance. It is the heart of God and also of His Son, which is you. Love is the heart of God and also of you, His holy child. I'm going to say something here. To touch the heart of God It's beyond all of our definitions. It's beyond all of our concepts. It's beyond all of our words. To touch the heart of God is an experience. It doesn't take any theology at all. It doesn't require a guru or a priest or a lama or a minister. We touch the heart of God. We can touch it together. But no one, including myself, can give you that experience. It's something you're going to have to discover on your own. We can remind ourselves of our innate value and divinity. That's what we do here. We remind each other of our innate value and our divinity. And we can create a space of possibility, a place of safety and acceptance where you can safely go through the transformation of your mind and the awakening of your consciousness. No matter who you are, where you come from, what your sexual orientation is, the color of your skin, or the size of your wallet, you are welcome here. You are enough. You're worthy to touch the heart of God. This is a place like that. And I'm determined and committed to keeping it like that, to creating and sustaining a place where you can touch the heart of God whenever you walk through these doors. That's the only thing going on here. And I ask you to join me in that commitment. Please join me in creating a place where we know God is love and only love. That we're not battling theologies, that we're not judging other people's theologies, that we know that a universal theology is impossible. And we know also that the universal experience is not only possible, but it's here. It's necessary, and it happens here when we join each other. So this has to be a place where you can come and say, when you walk out the door today, I have touched the heart of God. And I will always meet you in that place. Whether it's in this building or somewhere else, I will always meet you in that place. The place where we shine our light and love upon this world to be transformed into the image and the likeness of the one true God, the God of love and only love. I've stopped trying to make it into an image of judgment. And now I see that God is love and only love. And we are now in the heart of God. I'll always see you right here. I love you guys.
You have been watching the message from our Sunday celebration service here at Unity on Cape Cod, providing a positive path for spiritual living. Please join us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at 147 Walton Ave, Hyannis, Mass. And visit us online at www.unityoncapecod.org.